Hello YouTube, Tim here. I'm going to be building a precision flattening jig today. This is going to be similar to the one that Nick had demoed some months back. However, I'm going to be using a slightly different way to adjust it, and I'm going to be putting in bolts for adjusting the height at both ends. That'll allow me to control the taper perfectly, exactly how I want. These are the wood insert nuts that I'm going to be using. These are nice little brass things that you can pick up at the hardware store. They cost about $1 each. And I have places in here that I'm going to be drilling. In this case, I'm using a 1/2 inch drill bit. We're going to be drilling 1 inch in and a 3/4 inch in from the side, from one end, and I'm going to do it the same thing to the other side. So then, once this is done, we drill the holes, just screw them in, and then you can adjust the nuts, or the bolts in and out. It'll be perfect. Let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, here we go. It would be ideal to be using a drill press for this procedure since it's very important to get the holes as square as possible. But since we can adjust the bolts in and out just to compensate for the fact that they may not be perfectly aligned with each other, that'll allow us to compensate for any deficiencies in the screw drilling here. Let's just go ahead and do our best. Does it look square?
Looks square.
Okay.
Hold on. Is that reversed?
Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
That helps. Trying to avoid that.
Why? You did good.
I don't know, I just don't like it jamming out the bottom. I was concerned it could hit something. Okay. One hole.
To your right a little bit, the top.
To my right. Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, that's easy. Just let the drill do all the work. Just pulls itself right through till the end. Okay, cool. So now, that done, let's unplug the drill so we can leave that there without worrying about it. We have these the wood nuts.
Wonder if you could sync it with that.
Sync it with it inside?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Would help.
Then we could use the drill itself. The ratchet head or something.
Exactly.
Okay, well, you might find different ways of getting this in here. I don't have the right tool for it. I've been using a palette knife, stuff like that to actually screw it in. Or a flathead screwdriver turned sideways. This is not ideal, but given the tools that I have, that's pretty much par for the course. I'm making do with what I have. Trying not to buy a whole new tool set. Just as you insert it, you can guide it a little bit and try and make sure it's as true as possible. Very good. Okay, great. So how's that look? I suppose you could even leave these partially exposed and you could probably use these as spacers if you really wanted to. Really depends on the surface you're going to be doing the flattening on. I wouldn't want this on the kitchen floor. These little brass nuts or scratch that up. So there we go. We're almost all the way in, and that's really as hard as it is. This is a great way to do it, and I like using these because it'll thread in and out easily. You won't need to use a a washer on the other side and a nut. So this is pretty cool. And we have the bolts. Yeah, sure. There we go. A ratchet. That's a good idea. So for the next one, we'll try with a ratchet to drive it in. But just to show what it's like, there you go. That's really it. So now I'm going to do this on all the other 4 sides. The exact same thing, so I don't need to tape that. You know what we're going to be doing. Maybe I will try and drive this next one in with the ratchet, and we'll just see if we can do that. Just screw this in the whole way and then twist it. That would be a lot easier. Good idea. Alright. I know with different kind of bolts, you're going to have different kinds of minima. Right here, there's a shoulder that prevents me from screwing it in any farther, so I can't taper it any more than that. With a 1-inch pipe, that might be totally acceptable. With a 1/2-inch pipe, that's not going to be acceptable. So either you could remove it entirely or find a different bolt. We were thinking about using all-thread as well, an all-thread screw. That would probably work pretty well. Forgot the whole point is that you don't need to lift this kind. Nice and straight? Yeah, that's nice and straight. Great. Awesome idea. Okay, see, so you learned a good way to do things and a bad way to do things. Okay, that's as far in as it goes. And that's that. So now we're done. We've had all 4, let's see, there you go. Had all 4 holes drilled, and that worked out really well. Now I have various sizes of 3/8 inch screws, so bolts, so you can taper various sizes of PVC pipe. Like I said, this one's probably not good for anything much smaller than 1-inch pipe. This one for substantially larger, which is good since I have a few interesting projects that'll involve 2-inch pipe. But that's the basic idea. You can even go ahead and taper it with one side completely removed. So that's awesome. This is a great way to make a tapering jig. I like it since it's not going to eventually strip. It's not going to cause any problems. It's just the brass is pretty solid, and the galvanized. Most of these are galvanized bolts. Anyway, it's lovely. I think it's cool, and I'm going to show you using it on one of my next projects. So tune in then. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.